All right, we're here with Rick Porcello, World Series champion Rick Porcello. Rick, you and I met winter weekend 2015. It was after your first season in Boston. That conversation with you is sort of what made me, I remember before, it was in spring training going into 2016, I was like, everybody buy in on Rick Porcello. And it was because of that conversation that we had that night. You know, you talked about how, you were pitching while you were hurt in 2015. Talk about how is Rick Porcello from 2015 different from Rick Porcello going into 2019, confidence level wise, comfortability wise, just style wise, everything?
Well, I got a new barber, so style-wise, we're taken care of.
Yeah, by the way, everyone keeps saying that I look like you now.
Yeah, there we
How
go.
insulted are you by that?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, literally, it's like, because I grew my hair out and I was like, that's a Rick Porcello haircut.
Yeah, there you go. We got it going. But, no, I think, just experience, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I kind of started to make adjustments that I was not quite sure how to use yet in 2015, but I knew that there are weapons, four-seamer, curveball, using those a lot more in attacking hitters, and just the last couple of years learning how to mix that stuff in the right way and not get out of control with it, and just experience, just continuing to try and mature. And I think the main focus though is always being there every fifth day to be a guy that our team can count on to give us a chance to win.
Yeah, you guys are collectively like a group of psychopaths, and there was no bigger example of that than this past postseason when it's like a guy like Evaldi is warming up after pitching like 3 straight days, and it's like, dude, your arm is literally going to fall off, and then you're going out there in the 8th inning after like a day that you just started. Where is, I guess, the catalyst there? Or was there a conversation before the postseason where you guys are like, "This, we're all in. Like, we're just going to do this"?
I mean,
or did one guy step up and then you all just followed?
I guess we're blessed that we all kind of think the same way, and we're all here to compete and win first and foremost. Because honestly, like, a lot of people are talking about that. What did you guys, what did you talk about for everyone to buy? No, we had a goal that we set in mind that is for me and Nathan and Chris and DP and Eddie. Like, it's been our goal since day one to win a World Series, and now we're here. And what are we going to do? We're going to manage our pitch counts, and we're going to get days off. No, I mean, it's now or never. And if you're not playing the game to win and you're not going to sell out for situations like that, then you really shouldn't be on the field, honestly. Right. So I think we get a lot of credit for that, but honestly, that's our job. That's why we're here. Yeah. And I think we all feel like that, and we plan to do it again.
So that's what I was going to ask you next, is because I've talked to guys coming off a World Series title, and they've sort of admitted, maybe not that player specifically, but they got the sense that in camp, going into the year and even during the year, that there was almost like a relaxed sense because it's like, yeah, we got one. With you guys, I don't have that same sense. Like, were there conversations about this, or it's just every individual knows that one isn't enough?
I think it's an understanding of knowing the talent that we have in the room, the opportunity that we have, and talking about the last team to win back-to-back was the Yankees almost 20 years ago or whenever it was, and we want to do that. We want to do something special, and we want to again, like, last year was awesome. It was a great ride. We learned a lot. We built a lot of good things chemistry-wise and trust and enjoying playing with each other, and why not carry that into this year? I mean, our goals are the same. Go out there and win again. And, yeah, the odds are stacked against you. It's tough to win back-to-back, but we're ready to take that challenge on, and we're doing everything we can to make sure we're in the right spot come September, October.
When directly after you guys win the World Series, Vegas puts the Astros and the Yankees as the 2 favorites in the AL, do you just, like, sit back and laugh? Do you even notice that?
Well, I'm sure you have seen some of the images of me after the World Series. I didn't get to the Vegas odds. I wasn't paying attention to that too much. So, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Yankees series in the playoffs, the first round, we were projected to not win or whatever they had going on down there, and we were able to pull that one out, and then the next one and the next one. So hopefully we can do that again this year.
Yeah, I mean, was in Yankee Stadium for that clincher, and that was literally the loudest that I've ever heard any, not just Yankee Stadium, any stadium. Like, I was shitting myself. I was like, how are the guys on the field actually keeping it together? We talked to Brock, I don't know, like probably like a month ago, and I asked him, everyone sort of looks at the Mookie Betts Grand Slam against J-Hap as like the signature moment of this team's special. That's like the general consensus pick. What was yours? Like, at what moment you were like, this team's really special?
During the regular season?
Yeah.
Or
just like the first moment for you where it hit you.
what did we start the season out? 17-3 or
2.
17?
Yeah.
Like, I think, there's a lot of like old adages in baseball and stuff, and a lot of them aren't true at all. They're just kind of made up, and everyone sticks to them because they sound good. But I think, like, I'm not sure who it was that said it, but I remember playing for Jim Leland, and he's saying, after your first 20 games of the season, you have kind of an idea of what kind of team you have. And we played whatever it was, 19 games or 20 games, and we lost 3 or 4 of them. And then as we went throughout the course of the year, I mean, we never lost 3 in a row. We were winning series, and the ability for us to turn the page, whether we were win, lose, or draw, the next day was a new day, and everybody was ready to get out there and get after it again and again. And, I mean, it just kept kind of building. And you have that feeling like this is a little bit different. This is pretty special. I haven't quite felt this before, but you never know until that final out's made and you got that trophy in your hands. But I don't know, that to open up the year like that and to see how everyone was firing on all cylinders, it's like the sky's the limit for us. If anybody's going to beat us, it's going to be us.
Right. You mentioned your Tigers days. The Boston media sucks, by the way. They're terrible. When you came over, they were like, Rick Porcello for Yoenis Cespedes, you're getting, what was it? I think it was like, you were a free agent 1 year after?
The year after, we had him for a year.
Yeah, you're getting like a year.
But we signed him before it even started.
Before he even pitched, So it was like, Rick Porcello's come from the Tigers. They've had postseason success, but it was Scherzer, it was Price, it was Verlander, it was Anibal Sanchez. They're saying, those were the guys. Rick Porcello comes in, number 3, number 4 in Detroit. You're now in Boston. Media pressure is even more intense, and then you became a guy. Like, did you get gratification from being like, all right, in Detroit, I'm number 3, number 4 in Detroit with these future Hall of Famers. You come to Boston, an even bigger pressure cooker type situation, and now you are a World Series champion and one of the main catalysts of that, and a Cy Young Award winner.
I mean, it definitely feels good. I think about it a lot because I don't feel like I was the one putting a lot of pressure on myself when I first got to Boston, trying to be somebody that I wasn't, trying to be one of those guys, Scherzer or Verlander, and that's not me. And, I mean, the team and the organization invested a lot of money in me, a lot of faith in me, and the Cy Young was nice, but the reason why I'm here and why I was brought over here is to help us win a ring, and we got one, and we're going to do everything we can to get another one, but it feels good to fulfill some of that promise on my end because we got paid a lot of money to be here, and I want to.
That was a rare situation. A guy comes over, doesn't throw a single pitch. Like, you don't see that very often. To where we want to extend you, we want you to be here for a long time. Like, what was that? What was that like? How long did you take decision making wise to be like, yeah, like this is where I want to stay, even though I've never even pitched at Fenway for the Red Sox yet.
It was pretty quick just because of the way the entire organization is run and top to bottom. I mean, there's so many incredible resources here. They bend over backwards to make it, as best as possible environment for the players. And that was just something that I wanted to be a part of. Plus, I've always loved the Red Sox. And I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things that, it felt right at the time, and they had just won a couple of years ago. There's some great core pieces that were still here when I got traded over, and now it's crazy because really the only 1 or 2 is Petey and Mookie since I got traded over, and Jackie. But yeah, it felt right at the time, and sure as hell glad I did sign that deal. So
did the 13 series play into that at all? When you came here as a visitor, were you like, I'd like to be a part of this? Like, were the fans a part of it or anything like that?
I mean, I was on the other side of that series, and to see what those guys did, you know, we had a good ball club in Detroit that year, and we came into Boston and we got beat, and it was that's something I want to be a part of, a winning team and winning tradition, and that's what it seemed like what was going on the other side. So
have you talked to Kevin Youkilis since you charged him out?
Yeah. The first couple conversations were a little awkward, and then at winter weekend we finally sat down and hashed through it.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
What's he got to say about that? Like, I mean, that dude was just, you never knew.
Yeah.
We didn't break down the mechanics of the actual fight itself. But he was talking about what was going on, and he had been hit like 30 times that year, and Brad Penny told him, you know, do something about it, and somebody will stop hitting you, and then I hit him, and he did something, and
classic Brad Penny.
Yeah, but the best part about that video is Penny told him to go out there, and then like the fight's over, and Penny just comes walking out of the dugout like 10 minutes after the fact.
Yeah.
Since time heals all wounds. You've won a Cy Young and a ring. When David Ortiz dug in with the bases loaded, again, when you were on the Tigers, did you just know that it was that was that?
I don't know. I mean, it was a huge momentum swing, and you definitely feel that as a player. And
I mean, before the pitch was even thrown.
When you're just sitting in the dugout looking at that situation, Ortiz strolling up to the plate, Joaquin Benoit
just like walk him.
I kind of was hoping we were going to walk him. I don't know. I mean, Benoit was our best. He was our best reliever at the time.
And he pitched well against Ortiz prior to that too.
Yeah, like it was one. I mean, that's the magic of David is he any challenge that he's put into, especially in a big situation, like he's gonna get it done no matter what the matchup is for him, and got to see that firsthand. So honestly, as a fan of the game, it was an incredible moment. I didn't love being on the other side of it, obviously, but it was pretty cool to be there, be a part of it.
Last question before we let you go. Kevin, the Red Sox PR guy, I reached out to him, and I was like, hey, we're coming to Fort Myers. We want to get Rick on. Can you ask him if he can do a hair tutorial with me? And everyone was very confused. I mean, that's just not your typical media request. So we can't do that today. But in Boston, would you be willing to show me how you do your hair?
What is a hair tutorial? What do
like, you're literally going to show me how you do your hair.
He's never had.
I've never had long hair before. So like, this is, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I haven't had.
see, you're short. Like, you got to get more length up here.
Yeah.
You know, you got to pull it out. Everything. No, it's a little bit of water, a little bit of pomade. You know, you roll it with the brush back.
See, this is all stuff I can't just hear this verbally. I need to know like what pomade to buy.
He's a visual learner.
We'll walk you through it back up in Boston.
All right, yeah, we'll do it, and then
But you got to keep working on the length up there. You got to grow it out. I can't work with that. I'm an artist.
This is not enough.
No.
Yeah. So
I'm
by
staring at it right now, it's like
there's a lot happening.
It's not good.
All right, so by a little after
he's disgusted at the comparisons to himself.
Yeah, no, I that's what I'm trying to get on your level. Yeah, we have high standards here for you. All right, Rick Porcello, World Series champ, Cy Young Award winner. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.